I'm thinking about blue again. Along Atlantic Road in Gloucester is a set of rocks I went to recently. The water was silver and light cerulean that blended into a horizon line of a classic blue sky. The rocks were a pale gold and peach color that looked like an apricot soft serve I used to get when I was young. And what I'm trying to capture here is looking down at the water from a vertical angle, an aerial view from the rocks. And I start by mixing my pigment in some cups, pour a decent amount on top of the canvas, flooding it. Some of the pigment stays on in the beginning of making my work these days, but most of it falls off the side eventually. I have more questions than answers during this curious and spontaneous beginning process. Here is the part where I put another color on. I've wasted no time here and wanting to see some colors blend together. And this is the part of the practice that cracks me open so much more than most people can. I think this practice connects to so many other practices in my life, like meditation. And I respond simply the way that I want. I use my finger as a tool. I watch things blend and move together like the water. It's simply just the way I like to start, slow and steady. Part of what I love so much about responding to this type of water or this body of water is it's so aggressive in person, and my part is so quiet and meditative. So the first layer has dried, and this is the second layer that I'm pouring on, a deep turquoise blue that I want to layer on top, using my finger, of course, to guide the pool on the surface. I love the spontaneous splashes. That action does remind me of the aggressiveness of the waves. I always use my finger first and push on the canvas to help move along the pool. I love when the pool almost reaches the edge, and sometimes I let it flood over, and other times I let there be a lot of tension right at the edge. Here is an example of when I let the paint flood off the side like a waterfall. I love this part of the process where you see the reflection of yourself and the movement in these pools. I wanted to bring in this next painting with a visual of the sunset, where I do look to see every night that I can in Rockport, Massachusetts, where I live, close to where I live. These colors are so reminiscent in this painting. The, again, aerial view of the rocks against the green landscape, the texture and the softness of the sunset I'm trying to capture here in this piece. Thanks for listening and watching some of my practice. I am thankful that I'm able to show you some of how I create work. It's not a very quick or fast process, as you can see, and the work changes so often. hour by hour, minute by minute. But the process is really what I love the most, rather than the end result.